Astrotometry log. It's approximately 12:39 UTC on April 5th, 2010. This is a follow-up on the earthquake forecast from April 4th, 2010. The CME that I suspected might interfere with the incoming geomagnetic storm seems to have perhaps pushed it ahead a little bit. The solar X-ray activity is returning to normal, and while the overall level is still a little bit higher than it was before the CME arrived, there doesn't seem to have been a decrease in the potential for the seismic activity. USGS recorded a 7.2 quake off Baja, California, and Mexico, and there were several aftershocks that were greater than 5.0. The area that was most affected by this is on the border region between the US and Mexico, and there have been other quakes that have gone basically up the San Andreas that were following this. Many other quakes that were lesser in magnitude. I'm just scrolling through the list here. You can see just in the past day that there have been many aftershocks. I haven't counted them up to find out how many there were since the original 7.2. And there was reported so far 2 people that were killed, many injured in Mexicali in this event. And there's several cities without power, and right now the incoming storm is sort of just starting, and so I'm concerned that there is going to be more activity from this. I'm not certain that there is, and we're seeing some significant increase in the solar wind speed, and the Z component of the Earth's magnetic field is fluctuating fairly seriously. And so this is not a good thing to have happening at a time when the solar X-rays are so low. And so I'm not sure if there are going to be more events or not. I wouldn't be at all surprised. I am expecting another event in the 195 angstrom band, and you can see there's still this lingering hole up here, which indicates to me that we will probably see another event up in the Alaska area. There's been a lot of seismic activity up here, and I'm expecting that there may be a large seismic event on the way during this watch period for this area. There may be even other additional events depending on the nature of the movement of the fault. Historically, these events do seem to follow these fluctuations in geomagnetic activity when the X-ray activity is very low. And this was a event that happened on the 28th of March 2005. And if you look at this chart, we had this period of significant geomagnetic activity and then a drop. And then right after the drop, the earthquake happened. This is a pattern that I've seen with several quakes. Here's another one that was an 8.5 in Sumatra on September 12th that followed this period of activity right here. And you see there's a lull, and it's in these lull periods that follow these very active periods that this happens. And if you go back to the tsunami, the big quake in Sumatra back in 2004, the event happened after this period of geomagnetic activity. You had this period of geomagnetic activity and then nothing, and it's in this period of lull, the start of the lull period, that sometimes these really big events happen. In 1964, there was a big quake up in Alaska, and this actually created a tsunami in California, and there was a big tsunami in Crescent City. And if you look at this pattern right here, if you look at this area right here, this is the sort of thing that is the hypersymmetry with water movement. Additionally, there's another sunspot that's forming that was very similar to this active region down here in its symmetry to the position of the quake. And this is just barely visible in the MDI continuum image on the SOHO instrument. And if this develops into a spot that produces another ejection similar to the one that preceded the Baja event, that would sort of complete this sort of symmetry. And so that's still very much a concern. I don't know as far as magnitude or the exact time on it. Probably, again, I said before the end of the watch period. So that's all for now.